Now that's a good night's sleep. I felt like I haven't uploaded a single thing in over 100 days. I wonder what's going outside my suspiciously Mexican outside, Egyptian inside pyramid. So that's how it is, huh? Okay, I may have lost track of time a little bit, but I'm certain I got something I can cook up the day before Halloween from my list of 1,000 videos never released. Now let's see what I got here. It's gotta be vaguely scary. No. Now this'll do. Does this guy in any way give you the creeps? Good, this video has achieved half its purpose already. Welcome to Mr. Magpie's quote-unquote harmless card game. This isn't really a card game where you build a deck though, it's a literal game of cards. Like one of those where you flip two cards and try to make it so they have the same thing on the opposite side, but you're not trying to match them, it's just each card has a different effect. Your goal is strictly and solely to make money, much like in real life. I'll try to run you through the basics as fast as I can. There are 6 types of cards. There's the orange money cards, which give you an amount of money equal to the number displayed on the card. Then there's the pills or multipliers. They multiply the amount of money you get, obviously from the name. So if you have 3 multipliers, you get 1 money, you get 3 instead. I don't know why I felt the need to explain basic multiplication on a video. Then there's the green re-trigger cards. They trigger cards that you've already flipped, and because their effects are triggered when they flip, it's essentially like you're flipping a card again. Again, I'm explaining pretty obvious stuff, but do note, if you haven't flipped the card that the re-trigger is meant to re-trigger, it just won't trigger it at all. So what will ultimately happen every single time is that you'll get the re-trigger first and then all the cards around it, so it essentially will have no effect. There is the eye, which opens when flipped, which doesn't do anything unless you have specific effects that you may or may not have during any given run. Enjoy it, I guess. Then there are the blue hint cards, which supposedly give you a hint as to the location of the Jerrys, which are the red cards. As you probably noted this far, if you flip a card and it turns out to be a Jerry, you take 1 bit of damage. You have 5 points of damage. 2 of those are shields which recharge each round, and 3 of those are your actual HP, which don't recharge as easily. What will inevitably happen with the hints is that they'll give you something that's completely worthless. It'll be a hint on the far right end of the screen, or rather the table, and it'll be like, there are no Jerrys to the right of this. No, really? You can re-trigger a hint, but it doesn't do anything at all because it's not like you can gain information you already had. Unless you have dementia or something. You can sort of utilize intellect to see like what cards remain. You can see the number of H type that's still on the board that you haven't flipped, but you aren't guessing that and you're not counting that. It's just gambling, which is really what this channel is all about, so no complaining from me. The goal of the game is to get 1,000 money. What currency? Probably dollars. Excuse me for not being a lore master in the story of this game. By how long? Here's the thing. The amount of turns and the amount of time you spend playing is entirely controlled by you, as each time you flip a card, a minute passes. Each time you exit a shop, 10 minutes pass. You start at 8 PM and you have until 12 AM to collect the money, or else this happens. I don't know why he did that, kinda rude of him. The thing is though, you use the $1,000 to buy the exit, quote unquote, from whatever the hell this guy is holding you. But you have to be in the shop for that to be possible. So you end up in situations like this, where I make masterful gambits and plays that get me the $1,000 exactly in time as it turns for 12 AM. However that works. What are the chances even? But whatever, you get the gist. You get money from playing cards, then you go to the shop. What do you buy? You can buy more playing cards like money, hints, or another eye. Or you can buy the perks that give you passive effects that affect the gameplay. And from that you probably already know exactly how everything plays out. I know what the obvious comparison is, but this game is actually even more luck-based than that. And yes, I know what that means. Since I've already explained basically all the game's mechanics to perfection, which I do not make such flaws, what remains to be discussed is if this game is fun and if it's worth trying. Which I say it's definitely worth a try, but your mileage may vary on the fun part. Again, there is very much a skill factor, but there's also a amount of combinations that you can do with the perks and stuff factor. So if you're someone that enjoys replaying a lot of roguelite games, ceaselessly running to random chances, this might just be for you. Otherwise it might not, but it literally costs nothing to try, as the game can be obtained for free. So it's not that complicated or hard to understand at all. Its simplicity is kind of a strength, but also there isn't that much of a draw. There is, however, after you completely comprehend and beat the game, some manner of post-game content, maybe just like a new game plus or an extra challenge or difficulty. Problem is I didn't get there in the time that I played. A friend of mine got there after I introduced her to the game, and then she didn't do the thing, so I have no idea what there is that lies after that $1,000 door. It's up to you to check now, I guess. With that, I have not much left to say in this short and also short of quality video. The link to the game will be in the description, as well as my Twitter account if you're interested in that. And while you're down there, why don't you hit that like button and that subscribe and ring the bell? And hey, why are you clicking out? Why are you leaving? Why are you leaving, man? We were having a conversation. Why are you going away?